Greetings and welcome back. As you can see, I have got the shield back up and spinning, and they're spinning rather nicely. In fact, I did change the distance I was built the light block limbs out from the fortress, so we've got a kind of nice little effect there. It is moving very, very slowly right now, and that is by design. So I'm going to go in here and adjust that, I think. If I can see it. There we go. We want this up to around about 10 so that the speed is much, much faster. That should be good enough. There we go. That should be powerful enough to knock any blocks away. It's not as fast as the rotation on the Sun Wukong, but I don't really mind because the shields cover so much more of an area of the actual fortress. Now, the spin block that we're going to be having at the very top... Yeah, we'll build out a little area to protect that spin block, but we will now build the spin block itself. Right, another precision spin block, please. About there. And this one's going to be moving much slower. Oops. Perhaps I should turn this thing to stop making it turn. Can I use it? Yes, yes. Let's just put that down to no spin just for now. Okay, just for the time being. Right, okay, we want some light blocks. In fact, we don't even need a light block for this one. Let's use a wooden block. Goes up like this. Then on either end, in fact, let's bring it up a little bit more. There we go. Then on either end, we will have a light. So we want light fixture. Oh, really? We can't have light fittings on them? We can have standard doors on a spin block, but you can't have a light fitting? What kind of madness is this? Genuinely. Ah, you game. My hopes and dreams, they've been... I'm very disappointed. That would have been awesome. That was the whole point of most of this. Oh well. Not a lot we can do about it now. I guess we can still have a lighthouse effect. It's just, it won't be as awesome. Man, that was going to be great as well. Now what is it? A pale imitation of a lighthouse, that is what we've got now. It does appear that I need to place these blocks around it so that it has the something to shine on, I guess. Maybe something like that. There we go, maybe. Still not quite as bright as I would like. Have we got any kind of block that would work well with that? I mean, we could use lightweight metal alloy, perhaps? I'm not sure. Let's see how that would look. I mean, I could always paint it, regardless what it is. Well, yeah, I guess it kind of does look a little bit better, just not by much. We obviously need a little roof on top now as well. So we're going to have to build that out. But other than that, I think this little resource fortress is pretty tip-top. We'll replace these inner blocks. Actually, I'm going to have to place these blocks specifically. Otherwise, it's going to mess up, unfortunately. While it's trying to make connected textures effectively, it'll make things a little bit screwy. Right, we want 2 meter downslopes now. And let's actually place a mirror line for this bit. We'll have one there. We'll have one here. One over there as well. I haven't really thought this through so much, because we're not going to be able to have a particularly good section here by doing that. Wow. Maybe we'll use these blocks, but we'll put them a little bit further out, perhaps. Maybe that would work. Yes, I think that would work a little bit better. There we are. Now we'll have the 2 meter long triangles. We'll have one there. We'll have one here. One there. And, of course, one there as well. Oh, that's actually kind of a nice effect there, a little star. That wasn't what I was aiming for, but it's what I've got, and I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, well, there we go. There's our little lighthouse effect, kind of. A little bit less awesome than it could have been, but I'll accept it. I'll love it even if no one else will. Let's put in a little bit more embellishment. Because what would my build be on here or on Robocraft if it doesn't have embellishment? There we go. You know what? That almost looks like a belfry now. I'm liking this little fortress as much as I am disappointed that I couldn't quite have exactly what I wanted with regards to the lighthouse section. Yeah, I'm not too sore about that. I think we've got something special. Especially considering this is just a cheapo little resource gatherer. I think we've probably gone to much more effort than was necessary, really. We'll have little bits out here as well, I think. Yeah. There and there. Okay, so our little resource gathering outpost is all but complete. I think there are a few more little things I need to do. Probably put some little embellishments around the resource gatherers. Just to secure them properly. Or make it look like they're secured properly. And then we'll go for the left one. Right, an anchor. That'll do. And that'll do. Then over here as well. Actually, what am I doing? Well, let's take these ones away from the side. We'll just have the corner sections there. That seems a little bit more sensible. And one down here as well, and then we're done. There we go. That's our little resource gathering outpost. It's not particularly awesome, I must confess. It's reasonably shielded, though, and I think it'll do the job well for what it is. Now, let's head out to the map. I haven't named it yet, and that is intentional because I haven't decided on what we should name it. Can't even decide what... Well, it's a lighthouse. Let's think. Well, what kind of mythological connection can we make with the lighthouse? I mean, lighthouses appear in mythology all the time. Or rather, beacons, more to the point. But, in a way, that makes it harder because it's kind of spoiled for choice at this point. I'm going to have a proper ponder on that one. But, for the time being, let's just have a quick look at its statistics. Oh, we're still looking at the Sun Wukong, unfortunately. Okay, let me quickly teleport down to the little fortress there. Can I not teleport to it? No? Really? Can I not teleport in any way, shape, or form down to our little fortress? I would very much like to be able to. There we go. Perfect. Now we can have a look. It's still actually a fairly expensive build at 117 RP. But, you know, not too bad in other ways. I was considering building up our crystal and possibly a scrap smelter. I'm still wondering about that before we wrap it up. Let's have a quick look. Is there anywhere we could build a crystal farm? I mean, in there is the obvious place. But I'm not going to tear that down again. Maybe I could build one down here? Not a particularly large crystal farm, just a crystal farm. I mean, we could. Yes, okay, we're going to do that. We're going to have a crystal farm as well. Because, why not, eh? Right. And we're going to need a 3x3 for that, so put that up there. There. I've not put that mirror line, but I don't really think I need one for this little bit of work. It's only going to take me a moment. And there we go. Right, now I need to delete these. So we're going into automatic delete mode. What I'm hoping I'm not going to do is break anything. One more. Right, there we go. Now, what I am going to need to do is use a wooden beam. I'm not going to make a scrap smelter, thinking about it. Simply because I don't think we need one. I really don't. We've got so much scrap coming in from the things that we're breaking. That is the fighting that we're doing. Let's take you up just a little bit, shall we? Just so that I've got a little bit more room down here for a crystal farm. And then... yeah, we'll build this out like this. There we go. Right, we'll fill this area up with wood blocks. Like so, and then we should be able to build our crystal farm. Now, Crystal Growth Farm. There we go. We'll place that there. And then we just need to place the rest on top. There we go. Crystal Growth Tray. Lock position. And 1, 2. Is that all? No, we can have a third as well. Well, that is glorious. That's actually much better than expected. Let's also then just shape the bottom a little bit because I've messed up the shape by doing that. You know what? Let's have a repeat of the design we had up the top there by doing this. Like so. And then we can have a 2-meter upward slope about there on each side. Kind of like this, honestly. Oh, and you know what? That reminds me, there was one last thing I forgot to do. We've got all of these building things up here, but we've got no repair tentacles. Aha! That actually works really, really well for what I wanted. Oh, gloriousness. Let's rotate you, lock position. Well, actually, don't want a lock position there. Let's put one there, one there. We'll also have one in the corners as well. I'm not going to place one right in the middle. That will be one last fortress turbine. Just for the little green smoke effect. There we go. Yeah, I actually really like this. I really like this. Considering I just threw that together just for a cheap little build, I'm actually pretty proud of it. Probably more proud than I should be. The last little embellishment actually that I can see needs to be done is a little bit of a slope up here as well. So lock that position so that we can have a nice little effect there. And finally there. Okay, I think we're done. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. But we need to go back now to the map because the Kunanoons are probably going to be in a fight. Yes, they are. Okay, let's head over to the Kunanoons and zoom in. We want to be on the Eversong as always. Wow, we're just sailing across the world. Super fast. I'm not sure I like this. Let's do that. That was weird. Don't do that again, camera. Please. Right, okay. Let's bring in both the Kunanoon and the Eversong, and we'll see what we can do. There we are. Let's stay on there, please. Also, yeah, good. Just regular combat mode. We shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with these guys. Let's move off controlling the weapon systems. Also an anchor. Doesn't look like this is a particularly big fight, honestly. We're probably going to win this one just with our laser system by itself. By the time these guys get into the fight... Yeah. Oh, no. There they go. Missiles away. And incoming barrage of bullets from the paddle gun. We've got missiles coming in. They are probably not going to get very far, though. And I've got a strong suspicion that the Kunanoon has been pulled out. Oh, what? Oh, no, okay. They are still in here. It's just that I thought they'd both been pulled out. I was like, wait a second. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why? But... looks like you really are going to go down. Yeah, we've just taken off its AI. I don't think it's going to be able to do much of anything at this point. Though, it's still firing, to be fair. Not particularly accurate with its anti-missile defense, though. Although, that said, there's only 2 missiles. No. Now there's 2. No. It's actually managed to take them all out. I take it back. Well done, sir. You clearly are much more capable than I gave you credit. Let's have a look. Where are all of your anti-missile beams coming from? Because I'm having a bit of trouble working out where your anti-missile beams are coming from and which ones are my laser beams. But no, I think it's safe to say with that little explosion down there that there's enough damage done to you. I don't think you're ever going to be able to recover from it. However, let's go and check on our forces back here. Once again, unlock the camera. Where's the Kunanoon? Kunanoon, the Eversong. Yeah, this one is pretty much a foregone conclusion, I think. Let me just take a look at the map and see how things stand. Got these forces here. Reasonable strength, actually. We've got this 5th Army fleet, but they're currently fighting against what looks like a strength 88 from the Onyx Guard. So it's very unlikely they're going to be able to take that back. In fact, if these guys keep sending forces this way, the Onyx Guard are probably going to keep taking them out, which I'm perfectly happy with. So, with that said, I think it's time for the Sun Wukong to start making its way over to this resource zone. There we go. You should be... it's going to take an enormous amount of time for the Sun Wukong to get here. It's a very large vessel with a very slow speed. Yeah, we're going to be waiting quite a while for the Sun Wukong to arrive. But... do I really need to watch you guys? I have faith in you to be able to win this battle, honestly. Though, that said, if you keep lasering yourself... Dare I tell you to start... See, this is the thing. If I tell you to use your combat AI, you're going to start capsizing, aren't you? And then you'll lose. Because nothing you can do will be able to hit the enemy. No, I don't trust you enough, I'm afraid. However, I am going to fly over to the fortress over here and check out what's happening. Ah, of course, I'm not going to be able to bring it into battle, am I? No. Well, that is going to be a bit of a pain. Has the enemy force been dealt with yet? Force count remains is 1, but it makes up 35 strength out of the 40 strength. So the one small ship is worth only 5, but the paddle gun is worth 35 by itself. That's actually kind of useful information in a way. Let's head back down here. I think we may have just won. No, possibly not. Let's get back out and have a look at what's going on over there. Got a lot of missiles in the sky, as always. And we'll just race over towards the paddle gun and see what kind of explosions are happening. Chase the missiles. I always like doing that. But it does kind of look like, yeah. I think the paddle gun is gone now. Yep. Okay, well, good work, Eversong and Kunanoon. I approve. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to play our starting fortress. And we're going to go back to the fortress down here. If we can get in close enough to isolate it. Let's find you. There you are. I want to make sure that you are always there. Now, the one thing I haven't done with that fortress is given it any particular type of AI, which honestly may be a bit of a bad move, because I do want it to be able to move itself into the resource zone at the very least. So we're going to teleport over here. There we are. I'm now anchored. No, that wrong fortress. Stupid game. I want this one, thank you. Can I actually select it? Having a lot of trouble with the UI right now. Right, there we go. Right, let's zoom in. It looks like I'm actually moving out of the resource zone. Not quite what I wanted to happen, I've got to be honest. Let's put that into play then. And let's go ahead and give this thing a little AI that can manage the position of the fortress. I think that would probably be the best thing to add in here. Question is, where could I fit it? Because there's not a lot of room in this. I've pretty much built right up to everything. Right up to all of the walls. I mean, I could put an AI outside, but that would be a bit dumb. And yet, perhaps the only place I've got to put one. Unless I put one up here. Ooh, that might work. No. I could put one up there, right at the very dome. Yeah, we'll do that instead. We'll only need this much room. Right, we want AI, where are you? AI mainframe, place one there. We want a, which way is forward and back? We want a forward back card slot. And all we want here is a Fortress AI. There we are. And now this should move itself back into position to gather resources. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Right, well, given that, then I guess I will actually add a top to this as well. I wasn't going to, but given that I'm now putting an AI up there, I kind of feel like I probably should. We'll take that, put that there. There we go, and we can have a little triangle, perhaps. One there, 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 and finally here as well. And at the very top, let's see if we can stick another light fitting, just because. Or, now this is one thing that the Sun Wukong does not have. Spawn beacon. Oh, that actually does make this more of a lighthouse in a way, having that beacon of light piercing the heavens. No, I like that. I do genuinely like that. And now it will manage itself and make sure it's always in position to gather resources. The only thing it's not doing is making sure it's out of the bloody water. I will have to check out the comments once again, because people did give me advice on how to get it to work so that it would maintain a certain altitude, and I can get it to do that when it spawns in, but I can't get it to lock into that altitude so that when I take it out of play and when I spawn it in next time, it maintains that altitude. But we'll have to see, I think, with that one. But I'm pretty happy with this. So before I wrap this episode up, I'm just going to save this constructible. We are going to call it Minor Outpost. And we'll have to have a think on what kind of name we're going to go for this one. I am going to have a proper think about it. But feel free to put suggestions in the comments. I'll probably read those suggestions before I decide on this. Even if I record other episodes, I'll wait and just see what kind of, remember, mythological suggestions. Something that has some sort of connection with a beacon or a lighthouse. It could literally be a lighthouse, but more likely you'd have an easier time of finding mythological connections to beacons. And we'll see what we can go to. I'll pick the one I like the most out of the comments. But that is it. We're going to save this as Minor Outpost, and we'll leave it at that. And that is the end of this particular episode. So once again, I hope you've enjoyed. I'm pretty happy with having built this. And honestly, again, I really like the way it looks. Considering it's just a tiny little outpost, I am actually really, really impressed. I might even go to the effort of replacing all of this in light metal alloy, so that it's even lighter, so it draws less power to keep itself up in the air. But then that would kind of defeat the purpose of it being a cheap little outpost. So I'll probably stick with the wood until I am so ridiculously metal wealthy that it wouldn't matter. But for now, that is the end of this episode. I do hope you've enjoyed and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.